The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien tells the story of Bilbo Baggins, Thorin Oakenshield and a number of other dwarfs who set out on a journey to reclaim their home in the Lonely Mountain. This also has a subtitle of An Unexpected Journey and was made into a film by, I believe, Peter Jackson. Well, a series of 3 films, the last of which was The Battle of the Five Armies, the second of which was called Desolation of Smaug. Smaug is a dragon that has taken over the Lonely Mountain, having killed people in a nearby village, and now he lays on a bed of gold. It also includes in the film the Arkenstone, which is something that isn't really mentioned in the Hobbit books. This book served as a prequel to the 3 Lord of the Rings books, which were The Fellowship of the Ring, The Return of the King, and The Two Towers. Two Towers being the second of the books. And during the adventure that Frodo has in the Lord of the Rings book, he is going to destroy a ring which Bilbo found when prior to him performing some riddles with Gollum, who was originally a Hobbit-like creature known as Smeagol, who, those of you who have read the Hobbit books and the Lord of the Rings books will be aware that Smeagol, who developed into Gollum, killed a fellow Hobbit-like creature for the ring which was found, and that the books that are considered the follow-ups, which is the Lord of the Rings series, is Frodo and Gandalf and the elves and other peoples attempt to destroy the One Ring. This is a ring that controls all of the different people, men, elves and otherwise, if it returns to the power of the evil Lord, whose name unfortunately at the moment escapes me, but the majority of people know it. I don't feel that I'm spoiling anything because, unlike me, the majority of the people, alongside having read and watched the Game of Thrones, will already know the story. In the first Lord of the Rings book, Frodo and the Fellowship of the Ring initially set out along with Samwise Gamgee and Pip and Merry, and they arrive at Rivendell, I do believe. Then in the second book, The Two Towers, that is the Dark Lord and Saruman actually both wanting the One Ring for themselves. And then the final book, which is The Return of the King, actually covers one of the fellowships actually returning to be the king of the area, which is like Middle-earth, part of Middle-earth. It is a while since I actually read the books, which is why my knowledge of what Tim is and has been going on, as well as not having seen the films for a while, is a bit sporadic now. I did actually enjoy reading the books, and I have actually enjoyed the film. I've watched them a number of times, but like I said, I haven't watched them again recently. It is a difficult journey for both Bilbo and Frodo, and the power that the One Ring has over them is obviously similar to what ended up turning Smeagol into Gollum. Everybody wants the ring because the ring wants everybody to desire it, and it causes a lot of conflict. There are some people, obviously, that don't want the ring for themselves, who, such as one of the elf ladies, feels that she passes the test in not taking the ring from Frodo when she had the opportunity to. As I said, it is a very enjoyable series, and I do believe that it isn't totally dissimilar to Game of Thrones. Obviously, it came before Game of Thrones, The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings series. They possibly all came out around the same time. It is incredibly difficult to do a book review on something that you haven't read for a while, so please excuse the fact that I may not cover everything that I wanted to cover in this book review. There is a heck of a lot more detail to cover that is covered, should I say, in the books compared to the film. And there is a lot of stuff that's added into the films that is actually from different books, like the Silmarillion and other books what Mr. Tolkien's son actually completed. It is a very in-depth book, and at this current moment in time I have now finished reading the final Lord of the Rings book, Return of the King, or completed reading the Game of Thrones book. I have done a review as it stands of the Game of Thrones book, and I've watched season 1 of Game of Thrones, and I have completed watching all of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit films. So I am actually aware of what happens. It's just hard to do a review when you've not read the book for months. Smaug in the Hobbit books, in the film, Benedict Cumberbatch provides the voice of Smaug, and it comes across quite well. The conversation between Bilbo and Smaug in the book is a lot lengthier. The riddles that are performed by Gollum and Bilbo in the Hobbit book, there's actually more riddles than what I said in the film. And as I said, the Arkenstone, from what I believe I've read throughout the Hobbit, which I borrowed from the college library, and nowhere is it mentioned in the Lord of the Rings books, nowhere is it actually really mentioned in the Hobbit books. So that is one of the additions that they put into the film to, I suppose there's another excuse for Thorin Oakenshield for what he wanted from the Lonely Mountain, not just to reclaim their homeland. The Battle of Helm's Deep and near the Battle of the Five Armies, I'm sure it's all pretty different in the books to the film. Like I said, the films will have been condensed down, other things will have been added from other books that J.R.R. Tolkien wrote that have been covered by his son Christopher Tolkien. And I do recommend these books. If you haven't read them, a lot of people would have. I didn't read them until I was grown up. Very recently I didn't have them as a child. If you like my book reviews that I've been doing, and if you would like me to do updates of my book reviews, please like and comment in the comment section below. Hit the thumbs up, obviously. Please share on social media such as Twitter and Facebook, and I will see you all again soon. Goodbye.